our April 4th show of 1989. It is 1989, isn't it? I know what your car it was, right?
That's correct.
Yes, thank you. It was actually, it's an 87. 87. What year? Well, you have the limo, don't you?
Yes.
How was the limo working out?
Doing very nice, thank you.
See, lounge in there, working out with
Everything worked. Piano bars, nice, yes.
Are you good at math? Were you good at math in school?
Not great, no.
What did you take? Did you take geometry?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Algebra, all that stuff? Calculus?
Yes.
Yeah, and you're still not very good at it.
No.
Most people feel very inadequate. There's a book out called Innumeracy by John Allen Paulos, P-A-U-L-O-S, and it's about the trouble that Americans have dealing with big numbers. Remember Rubik's Cube? I guess it's still out, of course. On the box it said over 3 billion combinations. But in fact, Rubik's Cube, which I could never work, has over 40 billion combinations. That's a 4 followed by 19 zeros. Why am I telling you this, you ask?
Yes.
Well, they couldn't use the actual number on the box because they didn't have a name for it. Nobody knows what the 40 billion is. Yeah, I don't know what it is. You know?
I have no idea.
All right, now here's some more interesting mathematical things. I'm going to ask you a question. If there are 23 people in a room, what do you think the odds are of 2 of them having the same birthday? Only 23 people in one room. What would be the odds, you say, that 2 of the same people in the room would have exactly the same birth date? Anybody have any idea? No, it's not 1 in a million. It's 50-50. That's absolutely true. If we took a cross-section of people here, 25 or 30 people, just in the first several rows, the odds are 50-50 that 2 people would have the same birthday. You want to know why?
Why?
Well, there are 253 possible combinations of 23 people, but there are only 366 birthdays, so it works out to about 50-50. If you go to 35 or 40 people, the odds really become very, very small. Now, here's a fact we found irresistible. This is in the book. I want everybody in the audience, we have 500 people here, take a deep breath, just inhale. Now listen to this, according to this book. There's a 99% chance that you just inhaled a molecule from Julius Caesar's dying breath.
Wow.
Now, let me explain.
Wow.
Let me explain why Here's why, according to this author. Your lungs hold 22 billion trillion molecules. If you took that huge number and spread them evenly throughout the Earth's atmosphere, there still would be 30 molecules in every liter of air. So you just inhaled a 30th of a liter, thus 1 molecule. So that 1 molecule, which had been bouncing around in the atmosphere all these years, could have come from Julius Caesar's last breath. Is that fascinating? And I think Caesar had an onion salad sandwich for lunch. We found that that's fascinating. It's based on the physics and being a molecule being so small and how many they are. We found it so fascinating. We asked the Tonight Show's resident mathematician, you know him,
yes,
algebra, to calculate some interesting facts also based on the possibilities and probabilities of mathematics. I want everybody once again to just inhale briefly. Did you know there is a 1 in 20,000 chance you just breathed in a molecule of somebody Steve Garvey once proposed to? Yes. Here's some more mathematical probabilities. If you flip 4 quarters in the air, the laws of chance say you'll get 2 heads and 2 tails, right? But if you flip 4 quarters in the air near Oral Roberts, you're out of buck. I hate to ask you to keep doing this, but it's so fascinating. Just don't take a big breath, just... Okay, you see now. There's a 77% chance that breath you just took contains molecules of heavy breathing from Fred de Cordova's 1939 blind date with Deanna Durbin. Fascinating, fascinating stuff. Here's a little known fact. Anytime Donna Rice sits on the lap of a presidential candidate, there's a 75% chance that an election will follow. You know, just by the law of probabilities. Doc's off here. Snooky here? Okay, Doc's off tonight. Snooky Young, hit a note on the trumpet. Okay. The air that just left Snooky's trumpet has passed through the ears of 13 star-searched spokesmodels.
Oh.
Here's something from biblical history we were not aware of. There's a 67% chance that molecules from the support beams holding up the walls of Jericho can today be found in Roseanne Barr's long-line girdle. See a couple of people find that? Want to take another breath? Okay, folks, that breath had 4 molecules from the rubber glove worn by the doctor who delivered Shirley MacLaine in 1934 and in 1861, 1509, 1066, 140 BC.
Hey.
I'll edit some of these as we go along. It's one I find hard to believe, but fascinating. The average American weighs 140 pounds. If we all jumped in the air at the same time for 1 second, the planet would be 16 million tons lighter. But when we landed, Deng Xiaoping would cut himself shaving. Did you know there's a 60% chance that molecules from the hind end of your very first Firefly are now part of your blinking VCR clock? Did you know that? According to astronomers, there's a 3% chance of life developing on another planet. But there's a 30% chance that Raymond Burr is another planet. How much time do Fred has got? Look at Fred. He has his hand on the eject button as I'm talking to you. He's like a fighter pilot. He's going to flip him right into Chasen's restaurant. Fred hits that. The next thing he's at dinner. And I'm sitting here dying, and he's hobo steak. There's an 81% chance that molecules from a prehistoric brontosaurus can be found in today's La Brea Surprise at the NBC commissary. Did you know that? And if you inhale again, I'm not going to ask you to, because obviously you gave that up after the first one. But if you did, there's a 1 in 7 chance you just breathed in a molecule that was once stuck to Vincent van Gogh's only Q-tip.
One blockbuster.
What?
One blockbuster to close.
One big one. Well, this may take me a second.
One fair joke?
Oh, here's a simple geometric thing. It's kind of, the shortest distance between points is a straight line, you know. The longest and hottest distance between 2 points is a Tonight Show line. That wasn't it. There's a 96% chance that molecules from the first jelly donut ever made are today part of Roger Ebert. Do you know if there's a revolver backstage? You could have a... Okay, let's see. And the odds are about 1,000 to 1 that I will ever do this piece of material ever again. What? What is that? Oh, is this it? Oh. Well, you'll see, you did it like this. I thought it was something really big. Oh. New sponsor. Treat them with the dignity they deserve. Folks, this is what pays for this. was Snooky's fault. Let's welcome a new sponsor, shall we? Micro Magic. Give them Micro Magic right now.